Hey, shalom, 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 shiva, shiva. Hey, I don't know why I said that this morning, man. It's raining out here. Welcome to another edition of Car Chronicles. I'm your host with the most, Captain Tazaryach. Technically, when you think about it, this would be 3 live streams in 24 hours. I think so. I think it's 3 live streams in 24 hours. I might turn myself into maybe doing like a news, maybe I'll start covering more stories. Maybe nighttime will be like covering more stories, because I did Kana said don't start. I did what's up, Arkansas? I got 2 hours of work left, so keep it going, please. That's funny as hell. So I think last night doing a topic like the abortion, I thought that was pretty good. Talking about the Diddy case, I think the Diddy case is gonna galvanize. Hey man, what y'all think about Diddy being a high value man? Let that sizzle in your spirit. Everybody want Diddy. Everybody want to be with Diddy. The D, the I, the D, the D. The Y, the D, the I, the D is Diddy. Hold up. Everybody wanted to be with Diddy. DJ Kadeem said, Diddy must have been reading them Egyptian texts. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. Diddy definitely reading them Egyptian texts. I mean, let's say, listen. Wait, I want to play this thing. I saw Boosie say, hold on, I'm about to play this thing. I want y'all to listen to what Boosie said. Hold on, where is it at? Oh, let me see if I got it. Sent it 11 minutes ago. Let me unplug it for a second. I want y'all to listen to this. Listen to this. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, take a break.
Hold on. Boosie is fucking crazy, yo. Boosie is crazy. Watch this. Hold on, I got to click. Hold on.
We gotta take a break.
Yeah, let's take a break. But I've never seen a whole group of men cry at the same time. And this was over something that
Diddy, took place with them, with Diddy?
Yeah, over the whole making the band thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm not quite sure what it is, but it was traumatic enough to have a whole group of grown men cry.
What men ain't talking about?
I don't know.
He said, up here. He said, what did they cry about? Did he hurt their feelings? Or did he hurt their ass? What are they crying about? He might have hurt their feelings, because he was hurting their feelings on making it a band.
Yeah.
Even they might be traumatized with it like that.
Yeah.
But if you gonna get up here, why you get up here and tell them? You crying, did he go in your ass or not? Because you have people thinking they went in your ass. Don't get up here and try to salt the man down. Tell the truth.
Yeah, he said I ain't no snitch. So he didn't want to actually say what happened. Or what he saw.
Okay, well, he enjoyed. He likes to relive it.
Not sure. But like I said, I have never in my...
Yo, when I read the comments, right? When I read the comments, right, one of the comments said, Boosie tried to be concerned but got irritated real quick. Boosie said, was it making a band? Was they in the ass? Tell it. He said, oh, they like it. Listen, man, y'all listen, this Diddy case is about to be diabolical. Like, jail time or not, I don't even, let's say, this is all hypothetical. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, Diddy gets out of jail. He just gonna be a recluse. He gonna make, I guess he can make money off of whatever business he got, but he not coming outside. Oh, listen. So apparently, I'll put this on my Facebook page. So apparently, Cassie liked to rub jizz. Diddy likes to take, Diddy likes for Cassie to take jizz. I hope y'all know what jizz is. That's like the cleanest way I could say it on YouTube. He like to takes he likes Cassie to take jizz from a man and put it on him. That's a whole nother level of freakazoid. That's why, listen, I told y'all, I learned, what was the story I was talking about where I learned I'm not a freak? I am not a freak. I am a normal man that makes love and have sex with women. I am normal. And I'm glad you said that, Kana. She just as freaked out. I saw some sister on Facebook talk about she team Cassie. That was the most disgusting thing I think I saw. Because I asked Kim Porter's family about Cassie. Like, we gotta be careful about picking sides. I don't have a side. I ain't got Cassie's side. I ain't got Diddy's side. I ain't got nobody's side. Them niggas that was crying in that video with Boosie, I'm with Boosie. Boosie said, tell it. Oh, you don't want to talk about it. Oh, so you like it. This is nasty work. Like, we always like to pull that scripture, no effeminate shall enter the kingdom. The kingdom ain't here right now. No effeminate shall enter my house. That's that. You gotta go there. If the kingdom of heaven is within you and your house is the kingdom, no effeminate should enter your house. Period. This is nasty on a whole. You gotta look at it, man. Like, if he doing all these parties, you gotta look at all them niggas that party with Diddy damn near the same way. Denzel, I remember Denzel made a point. Denzel one time, what did Denzel say? Denzel said something like he leave before the devil come out. So Denzel would leave before the devil come out. That's how he would say it. And we all hear these stories. I can only imagine if they start, what's this, like day 2, day 3, day 5, something like that with the case, and they talk about putting jizz and rubbing it on your chest. Listen, I ain't never put I don't want to get too graphic, but I ain't never thought doing that on no woman's chest. That's like, then I gotta touch her chest. Ugh, I'm not doing that, and that's my own. This nigga taking another man's jizz and putting it on his chest. Is that his way of like connecting? Like, what? And I don't know if y'all know. I think that now I don't want to call myself vanilla because he would say he vanilla. I'm not vanilla either. Don't ever call me vanilla nothing. Vanilla wafer, vanilla cracker, vanilla nothing. I'm damn near mad that I like vanilla ice cream. I don't even want to like vanilla ice cream. But you made me miss what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Well, I'm gonna tell you, like, you gotta think all them people that party with Diddy, they all know. And that Hollywood world, that entertainment world is just like the Christian church. They all sinning, so nobody is gonna talk about nobody's sin. Nobody gonna say nothing about this person because that person might say something about me. And so to avoid them saying something about me, I'm not gonna say nothing about them. That's why you notice all them celebrities is quiet. All them celebrities is quiet in the hopes that I don't want to get Diddy. And the Diddy that I'm talking about now is not even like anal sex, homosexual sex, anything like that. Diddy in the sense of what the government is doing to Diddy. You know, the greatest lesson that these entertainers and everybody should learn is that stay in your black lane. That's the lesson that you're supposed to learn. What do I mean by stay in your black lane? A caller called into the show last night when I was talking about Diddy, and he said, have I ever heard of a guy by the name of Hugh Hefner? And I said, yes, I've heard of a guy by the name of Hugh Hefner. Now, Hugh Hefner, Diddy, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly are all the same. The only difference is only Hugh Hefner is white. Oh, that's what I was going to say. If y'all look into the history, I believe Diddy's mother was into this. Now, Diddy, I think Diddy been turned out since he was young. Because from what I hear, Diddy's mama used to throw parties like this. Diddy's mama used to throw parties, them little freak-off parties. And freak-off party is nothing but a big-ass orgy. And let me tell you something, when you high and in an orgy, a hole gonna be a hole. You know how Luther Vandross said, a room is still a room? A hole gonna be a hole. And she groomed him like Big Bro said. Diddy mama groomed him. Remember, because Diddy's father had passed away, Diddy mama groomed him into that. Diddy mama turned him out. You know, and now, you know what's crazy? What's that rapper? What's the gay rapper name? Because his mama turned him out. What's the gay rapper name? What's the gay rapper name who mama kept taking him around his cousins? His cousins was doing something strange to him. Turn him out. This is rough, man. Like, we gotta, like, of course the fodder and the stories is gonna come out crazy. It's gonna come out crazy. But make no mistake, man, like that entertainment world is not for us to go into and then behave like white people. Like, we're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to, like, homosexuality and it's not just homosexuality, the whole over-sexualization, because even if you get past the homosexual part, look at Cassie and Diddy. And Cassie, that bitch is not innocent. Do not for 1 second think that this bitch is innocent. This bitch might be innocent from getting her ass whipped from Diddy, but she ain't innocent from the things that she willingly partook in. She not. Y'all can feel sorry for if you want. I do. The only thing I feel sorry for is when she got her ass whipped on that video that we saw. But the sexcapades and all that, she is not innocent from. She can look innocent. You know, that women get up there and start crying with the tears and all that shit, and they can look innocent, but Cassie is not innocent. None of them are innocent. The only ones that are innocent are the ones that was actually forced against their will. They are innocent. And that's just facts. Oh, I didn't put my phone number in the chat. I'm sorry. Let me put my phone number in the chat if anybody wants to call. And then another story, I see y'all gonna let me have a quick Car Chronicles today. We'll see how it goes. Let's see if y'all let me have a quick one today. Because I did do one last night. So maybe I can get into the gym a little early. So let's see. Last night. Let me put my phone number in the chat. I gotta read this thing from Diddy. Pin. Let me see. Pin message. All right. Let me see if I put the right one up there. Hold on. Let me just check something real fast. Hold on. I'm just checking something fast, y'all. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, that is the right one. Okay. So let's read this. I wanna read this thing here. This thing say, when I say crazy work, this is crazy work. Cap, I got an hour. I thought you had 2 hours. I thought you said you had 2 hours. Now you got an hour. You reducing time, like the time gets short over there in Australia like that? This just says Cassie Ventura is back. Jury is back. Judge, you may continue. Usa Johnson, when drugs ran out, how did you know who to reach out to? Sean would tell me. During the session, how would you know to move to the next step? Sean would tell me. Then it says, what would happen after the escort finished on you? Sean would put it on his body in the next room. Did you do that? I did. Where? Usually on his nipples. So that means that this woman, Cassie, has the escort putting the jizz wherever he putting that on her. And then she picking the jizz up or wiping the jizz up with her hand. And then going and then rubbing it on Diddy nipples. I am not a freak, y'all. I am not a freak. I ain't a freak. I ain't nasty. I ain't none of that shit. None of that. Cause that's some, man. I'm gonna move on to the next story. Next story I got, right? Next I wanna wait till I stop driving because I want to play the video for this next story. So I'll talk about it for the next story. We do got a caller calling in. Hold on. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Shalom, King. There's an ad for me. Now, what up?
Hey, what's going on, brother? You got a question or comment?
Yeah, I got a question, actually, man. I want you to help me out with a precept.
Okay.
1 Corinthians 11:4 says that every man praying and prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head.
Right.
How was it justified that David had his head covered in where is it? 2 Samuel. Let me get the precept for you. Second Samuel 15:30.
Read it.
Alright. Says, so David went up by the ascent of Olives, weeping as he went.
Read like 2 verses above.
2 verses above, alright.
Just so we can get context, so the people can get the context.
Alright, bet. Start at 28.
Okay.
See, I will tarry in the plain of the wilderness until there come word from you to certify me. Zadok, therefore, and Abiathar carried the ark of God again to Jerusalem and tarried there. Verse 30, and they went up by the ascent of Mount Olivet and wept as he went up and had his head covered, and he went barefoot. And all the people that was with him covered every man his head, and they went up weeping as they went up. Okay. And one told David, saying,
hold on one second. Wait, hold on 1 second. Caller, hold on.
All right.
Keep reading, brother.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And one told David, saying, Ahithophel is among the conspirators with Absalom. Mm-hmm. And David said, O Lord, I pray thee, turn the counsel of Ahithophel into foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass that when David was going to the top of the mount where he worshipped God, behold, Hushai came to meet with him with his coat rent and earth upon his head.
So the part where you just read, they had their head covered. It wasn't just David, right?
That's correct.
It was everybody, right?
That's right.
They was also barefoot, right?
That's right.
All right, I stopped driving. Hold on 1 second. Caller, hold on. So when they have their head uncovered, when they have their head covered, that's 2 Samuel 15. You say, right? I'm not driving now, so
that's right.
I want to get there with you. Gotcha.
Okay.
So now, when it says, and David went up the Mount Olive and went up and had his head covered and went barefoot, right? When you get the verse, I'm trying to see the verse where they prayed.
That's verse 31.
Yeah. Right. So when you get to 31 and I pray thee, that doesn't mean that his head was still covered. The reason why his head is covered and no shoes on their feet is because they were weeping and all in mourning. You understand? So in 30, so in 30, he could have easily just uncovered his head. The whole point of his head being covered is also the reason why they're barefoot. They all did that. They're all weeping. You know what I mean? Because of what transpired. I believe this when David fled Jerusalem. And so they're weeping because of the condition that they're in. But just like my head could be covered, like I'm a fold of scripture now, like my head could be covered right now, I just put a hat on my head. But then when I go up to pray to the Lord, what I go to pray to the Lord, what do? I just uncover my head. Now also, and also that's why the Mitris, and I'm pretty sure you know this, that's why the Mitris, we have the crown open because that's the portion of your head that has to be uncovered.
Got you. All right, so real quick, I didn't get the backdrop on. I know some of our brothers believe they can have their head. How do you justify that?
Hold on.
the corners me and
you
prophesy.
kind of would have to ask them. From what I kind of know, I think they think that because they reading scriptures and not praying, maybe that's why they look at it that
Right,
way. I just ain't seen in the scripture where, like, if we know the Mitri, the crown is open, even the crown is
right.
open, and that's just the tradition we keep. So we don't cover our head. Scriptures, praying, we don't do none of that. So you kind
I
of you would
bet. I
have to ask
appreciate
them.
it.
Yeah, you would have to ask them. I know one group said they had us covered because they the bride of Christ. I don't know where they get that. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. Nah, no doubt. Hey, man, I appreciate your time. You know, I'm kind of knowing the truth. I'm still learning, so I
Where you live?
appreciate you.
Where
You
you
know what I
live
mean?
at?
Doing your thing.
Where you live at?
I'm in. I'm originally from Newark. I'm from Jersey, but I'm in North Carolina right now.
Let me give you a number for North Carolina. You know, we got a cookout coming up in North Carolina. I'm gonna be down there. I think we're doing it from July 3rd to the 6th. So we're gonna be
All
down.
right, bet.
Yeah. Let me get the number for the school down there. Let me know when you're ready.
All right, let me get my notes.
All right.
All right, go ahead. I'm ready.
240
240
408
408
2034.
034. That's a Maryland number, right?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So to get them a
All
call. All right. No sweat, brother. Take care.
right, appreciate you.
All right. No sweat. Appreciate you. Next call in the queue is 501-902.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What? Hold on. This 902 right here, key line.
501-902 is who I'm calling.
Copy that. That's me.
Okay.
My bad. I apologize.
No sweat.
I love brother Captain Tazaryach. This key line again from Arkansas. So I hit up that number first thing this morning. I ain't got no response back
Did you
yet,
text?
but
Did you text?
go ahead.
Did you text?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I shot a text to him and let him know how I got the number, let him know my name.
All right, yeah. So
I just don't got no response back yet.
just be patient, brother. You'll get a response back.
Yeah. Man, I'm itching for this knowledge right now, man, because I just want to say this and I'm gonna get on down. But man, before I heard you talk about the Bible, like I was just always thinking about how the Bible got brought to it. So it was really kind of hard for me to. It sounded foreign when I was reading it, but now I didn't start diving in. Like I said last night, just in Genesis, like it's already feeling normal because I'm knowing that it's talking about me now. And
it'll change your life. Yep. So that simple would change your whole life and concept. You know, once you realize that. You know what I'm saying? Also, too, until you get the call back, you know, we have our online classes 7 to 9 every on ISUBK. If you go to One West online classes, if you go to Cali, the Cali classes are probably your time zone. So the Cali classes, hold on, let me give you the Cali classes one. Hold on. ISUBK Cali. Let me see. Not that one. Yeah. So if you go to Hollywood Israelites, that's where they do their classes. So if you just type in Hollywood Israelites, you'll see ISUBK. They do their classes. That's where we do our classes at.
And it's like on a Safari or just on the map?
What?
I say like on the browser or like on the
YouTube.
map?
On YouTube. If you go on YouTube and type if you go on YouTube and type in Hollywood Israelites.
Okay, copy that in, Cap, man. Thanks for everything you're doing, man. Keep spreading the word.
Hey, no sweat, brother. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right. Next person in the queue is 267-303.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, brother? You got a question or comment?
Yeah. I don't think that we should be debating about us being Israel. They want us to prove it because we don't ever have to ask them over there to prove who they are. Like I never heard about them trying to prove who they are, but we constantly got to prove who we are.
Facts. That's all. That's what. Listen, that's all white supremacy. That's what that is. Because before we said we were Israelites, we've been having to not only prove, but find out who we are. And so now we're going to further give in to white supremacy by letting some white man come and tell me I got to prove to him who I am. No, let's prove why y'all created white Jesus. Let's prove that. I think that's a beautiful subject to prove. Can we prove that? And let's see.
I don't think we should take any more debates. And I don't think we should take more debates besides those and force it out. Nobody debate on who we are. Let's debate who they are.
Right. You got it. Not so like let's say if it's a who they are. Let's say if it's a virgin birth, like subjects that debunks the lies that they propagate. That's the subjects we're supposed to battle. But subjects about our identity, we are not supposed to battle that with anybody. Damn, they don't.
No, not our identity. They identity.
No. I said our identity, brother. I said subjects that are about our identity, we don't battle. But subjects about the lies that they propagate, we should battle. Them being Israelites is one. Them being American.
Yeah, I think that we should. No, I think that we should only take those type of debates because it's like.
No, you can't do
I've
that.
been following you said.
I got you, but reason why you can't do that, because the virgin birth is pushed by who? Is it pushed by us or is it pushed by them?
It's pushed by them, but
God loves everybody. Just listen, brother. Just listen. God loving everybody. Is that pushed by us or pushed by them?
Pushed by them.
That's why you got to debunk it. And here's why you got to debunk it. Here's the sad part. Even the debates where you see the brother battling the white guy, you know why they're giving the white guy credit? Because our people look at them as the authority. So because our people look at them as the authority, you have to go at the authority. Put the authority in their place. So like, for example, when that white guy was on my channel, you hear me calling him a devil. He didn't get off the line. He sat his ass right there and got cut. That's how you got to treat him. And then our people will say, you know what? I never thought about that like that. I never considered that we should do that like that. That's why we have to do it. So now, it's nothing. If I beat a brother on a virgin birth, yes, that's going to get people to see. It's going to be entertaining. But if you beat a white man, unfortunately, that's who the world respects. Because the white man, like you just said a second ago, the white man just says he's a Jew and they accept it. They don't make him prove it. That's how good it is, or the power that white people have over us. And so that's why we have to debunk them, but we don't have to defend ourselves. I think that's what you're saying. We shouldn't have to take debates where we defending ourselves to the white man. I believe that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm 100% agreement with you on that. But I would definitely attack every lie that they propagated against us. Hold on 1 second. Before you say anything. So my name is Mud. When you say racist, I can't be racist. I can be prejudiced. But God is racist, though. Would you add anything else, brother?
Two more things. They just real quick. I kind of came into the truth because I'm from around Erie Avenue where you had Tor Polite up and that girl, I think that's his wife, was talking about you can create a baby, and I'm like, if you can do it, it would be proven history.
Right.
I started to come into the truth with that. And I'm the one that did the big bro. I'm big bro that was talking about Diddy Mount Bruce.
Oh, okay. All right, big bro.
I found that off Jaguar Right. My wife, we watch show pretty much like all the time, but I can't really call in because we be like those are the times we be working, but we can listen.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And everybody be talking about Dylan Brooks and Slim Thug and all that, but I'm like, listen. My joint is the one that you said, and nobody even said, and I'll be putting it in the chat, and it's Michael Strahan.
That's what I used to. I used to get Michael Strahan.
That's the closest one.
Yep, Michael Strahan. I used to get
that when you cut your hair.
Yep, Michael Strahan.
If you merge. Exactly.
I used to have white people come up to me. I had white people come up to me and ask me, especially before I even became an Israelite. White people used to come, are you Michael Strahan? No, I'm not. I'm not Michael Strahan. I get it all the time though, but I'm not Michael Strahan.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. You might think this a little bit of funny, but I thought that was him turn light up until you see. So I was like, Michael, look. And then they like, and I'm like, oh man, and that's
This
just
man.
because of that.
Is that what he said?
Know this, and they like, no, this, and I just sat in there and just listened because of that. But I'm gonna be telling them, just remember that joke, big bro.
He said, I thought Michael Strahan came into the truth. Now that's crazy, Ock. That's crazy. But now if you in Philly, why you don't go to Philly classes?
Because I'll be working, but I keep the Sabbath, try to as much as I can. Okay. Like I don't work, but
okay. So here's what you should do.
Video.
So here's what you should do. You see how you say you watch our videos. You know, Philly do classes. So if you can't make the physical classes, but make the remote classes or the virtual classes, you should call the captain in Philly so we can keep track of you. You know what I mean? So you can get up in here, be a trooper, be a young, be an officer, XYZ like that. I can give you the number if you want the number.
No, I have all the numbers.
Like, all right, well, you got to call. Like no sweat. So then what you... Go ahead.
No, I was like, you was talking with somebody, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, and I was one of them guys like that didn't want to come into class because I've been having a struggle with smoking. That's like my big jump.
No,
like a lot of stuff I done cut out. Like
now you see how you say. So when you see how you say struggle. So it's something that you want to quit, but you struggle with it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you ain't gonna never quit it until you get with the brothers to help you quit it. The struggle is because you're doing it by yourself. There's a lot of things that we can use. You was about to say the dietary law. There's some things that you could do without help, but then there's some things you're gonna need to do with help. We all had it. I've had things that I needed help to quit, but you don't stay away from the brothers because you're struggling with it. You go with the brothers, and then you'll find out as you start listening to other brothers tell their story, quit and battle their demons. It'll strengthen you to quit. You stay away, the longer it's going to take to get rid of that demon.
All right.
All right, so make sure you call her and get up in it.
All right, Cat, man. Shalom.
Hey, shalom, brother. All right. Next caller is 313-360.
What's good, Cat?
Hey, what's going on, brother? You got a question or comment?
Yeah. First thing I wanted to say is that the last caller that did call, I know you say you don't like to debate.
Hold on one second. Mm-hmm. Caller, hold on. You said I don't like to debate. Go ahead.
I know you don't like to debate like the identity thing, but it's good for us for us newcomers to see the information or see you debate it, so we can know it, in our membrane and stuff.
You get that information.
Debated that subject 800 times.
No, I've actually, to be honest, brother, I've never debated it. I've never debated we are the Israelites, but what we have done is Tazaryach did a 12-tribe chart lecture that breaks down every tribe and how we're connected to the Israelites. That's how you want it. Right, and you can come into class. Right, and so you can come into class and get your identity. Our identity has been debated since we landed in America. And so some things are debatable, some things are not worth it. Mm-hmm. So if you watch that and that's how you get the information. You get that information, sit with that information, because when you think about every other black organization, Islam never said we were Muslims. Islam never said we was Arabs. They just said we're black Muslims. And even their Islam is different than the Arabs' Islam. So they're not, and even they made up something. They made up something called the 12 tribes of Shabazz. Nobody ever questioned that. Nobody, when Elijah Muhammad said we are the 12 lost tribes of Shabazz, nobody questioned that. Even there's no such thing as a tribe of Shabazz. But nobody questioned the Moors when they say we Moors. You say what?
I ain't say that wasn't even me, bro. Tell bro be quiet. Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah.
You all talking, my bad.
Yeah, no. You gotta hold on until you gotta hold on until I call you, brother. Just stay on mute. I appreciate it.
Oh, my bad.
No sweat. So the 12 tribes, when Muhammad said that, nobody questioned that. When brothers say they Moors, nobody questioned. Nobody even cares. You want to know the proof that we the Israelites? No, America has never cared what a black man said they were until we said we are Israelites. That's how you know we the Israelites.
But the first time I ever heard of that was from Farrakhan, though.
What did he do with it?
Like, going back to when I was a kid, when I heard, like, because you used to hear about, like, us being the original people, but the first time I ever heard black people, you know, I was young and stuff, but the first time I ever heard that concept was through a Farrakhan speech. But
what did he do with it? But what I'm saying is, what did he do with it? I'm asking you.
No, he just said it.
He just said it.
He just said it.
Once again, so that now the difference between Farrakhan and us, we say it and live it. We're on a terrorist group in America, and we haven't committed no crimes. We haven't committed no crimes. Even the Muslims, you got some Muslims that might have done some terrorist type of actions before. We have done no terrorist actions at all, but yet we're on a terrorist group because we say we Israelites. That's the proof. Because we say don't sell drugs, because we say those things, but we also include the crimes of the white man, we're on a terrorist group. That's how you know we the Israelites. Because you got to look at the threat that we are to America without even threatening America. And when I'm saying without threatening America, I'm talking about physically. We prophesy against America, but I'm talking about physically.
No, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, so that's what. Sorry, you had another one?
Earlier on the show. Yeah, I just got two more. Earlier on the show, you was talking about the Diddy situation, which is crazy work. You know what I'm saying? My man's crazy work.
Crazy
work.
But
you was talking about set up because he like to kiss on white men in movies and stuff. You know, so.
Are you talking about Will Smith?
He dog with this dog too. We can't.
Who you talking about? Who you talking about?
You know what I'm saying? Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington kissed it. Okay.
He admitted. Gladiator 2 movie.
Yeah, he admitted. Hold on one second. Call a hold. He admitted on the Gladiator 2 movie, but it's not in the movie. So I don't know if he was selling the movie or not. Because even the director said...
No, he was saying like they took it out. He was saying like they took it out and they cowards for that.
No, I get what you're saying. No, they told two different stories. The director said that that's not in the movie. Denzel said it is in the movie. I'm saying it could be a thing where he's selling the movie because the director, when you get a chance, when you get off the phone, just go look up the director. He'll tell you, you'll see the director's response was that wasn't in the movie. So they telling two different stories. So I don't know if Denzel is selling, because Denzel has never done nothing like that. So I don't know if he's just saying something controversial to be controversial or if it's a real thing. Could be a real thing. And Denzel, the thing with
nobody now.
I don't put nothing past nobody. That's not what I'm not saying he gets a pass. I'm just saying because they telling conflicting stories, I don't know if he's selling it or not. The only other thing I was gonna say about Denzel has never had nothing like that on his jacket, and he old now, meaning he could be getting old and see now. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So I would just vet that story. But if it comes out that it's true, go ahead. Go ahead.
I got one more question. I need a breakdown. On Revelations where it talk about Satan being bound for 1,000 years. Can you please break that down for me?
Yeah, I just broke this down yesterday. When talk about I just broke this down yesterday. When it talks about Satan being bound 1,000 years, when the Roman Empire fell, and you had what's called the Dark Ages in Europe, that was Satan bound for 1,000 years. And then in the Renaissance era, when he came out and became getting back in power and started changing everything white, that's when he came out of the chains from 1,000 years. So that's happened already.
And deceived the whole nation again.
That's correct. That's correct. And been deceiving us since. That's what that's talking about.
From a historic question, when did the Roman Empire fall?
They'll say Rome didn't fall in a day. So 70 AD, Jerusalem fell. Usually around the second, before the 3rd century is when they'll tell you Rome fell, historically.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right, Cal, I appreciate it, man. I'll let you go ahead and finish your calls, bro.
No problem, bro. You take care. Next call in the no problem. Next call in the queue is 314-363.
Oh, this is Tia calling again. From St. Louis. Just wanted to let you know that I did connect with Captain. I don't know how you pronounce his name.
Mawquad.
Okay, the Goggle Bar.
Oh, you did connect with the you did connect with the Goggle Bar. Okay, good.
Yeah. So he's been, he got me in the class and I'm signed up.
Most High in Christ. That's what's up, sis.
Yeah, I said my first check-in yesterday. I think we were on the phone for like 4 or 5 hours. He called me a crackhead.
You smoke crack?
Not a crackhead. He said a junkie. He said I was a junkie. No, I smoke weed. I think we talked about that on the live one day.
Yeah, you definitely a junkie.
He called me a junkie. I was like, that's kind of harsh.
That ain't harsh. Sometimes, Christ said in John 8:32, Christ said, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free, right? And so when he made that statement to the Pharisees said, what do you mean make free? We have not been in prison by nobody. And Christ said, he who is a servant of sin is a prisoner of sin. And so the reason why he's calling you a junkie is because when it comes to weed, of course, weed is like the drug that's accepted by everybody. You can smoke weed.
The gateway drug.
No, not even, okay, it's definitely, it's called a gateway drug, but it is the drug that nobody gets mad at you when they find out that you're smoking weed. So it becomes acceptable. So calling a weed person a junkie is always, like you said, going to sound harsh, because junkies is reserved for crackheads. It's reserved for pill heads. It's reserved for coke heads. It's reserved for dope fiends. It's never been reserved for weed heads until I became an Israelite. When I became an Israelite, that's when I found out I was a junkie. And so now, you don't want to be a junkie, you got to give that weed up. And then you're going to see if you're stronger than the plant or not. If that plant...
Yeah, I know. I told him you said that.
Yeah.
I told him you said that. So I get what he was saying. Once he broke it down, I get what he's saying. Because like I said, we were on the phone. We've talked probably about 3 days in a row. When we're on the phone, we're on for hours, and I appreciate him just, taking out my questions. So I appreciate you connecting me with him, because he's real patient on answering my questions, because I have a lot of questions. I'm like, kind of like a kid,
Now, what about the classes?
Mommy, Daddy, what's this?
Right. Now, what about the classes?
Yeah.
Have you gotten in classes?
I signed up for the online classes. They canceled class last Tuesday. I joined yesterday, and then I know they have class tonight and on Friday. So
okay.
I wanted to go in person, but I know they've been having some scheduling issues, so I just said until they fix it, I was just going to do a lot of going in person, because that's the kind of person I am.
Okay.
I feel like if I keep doing stuff online, I'll stop doing it. And especially with me going back to nursing school, it'll, I feel like I'm kind of person, I need to go in person just so I can be consistent with it. So.
No problem. Hold on 1 second.
But
Caller, hold on. What'd you say, sis?
That's why I got to quit smoking weed. It's my short-term memory.
Yeah, that's why you got to quit smoking weed.
I wanted to make a comment.
Okay.
About, so the other brother was saying that he had just, he was talking about that polite debate.
Right.
Right before you went live, I was just watching it. And then I was looking at, when that cross the line, when you told polite cross the line.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he was saying that his, spiritual father was a child molester, and I was like, that thing came back all the way 360.
All the way 360.
Polite, in the way, doing the same thing. And then he told him, he was like, your spiritual father is a child molester. And then, how y'all was talking about you. It just seemed like them Kemet brothers, all of them kind of got some kind of sexual. They all
all of them freaky.
Kind of
all of them.
Yeah,
all of them been to Diddy parties. All of them freaky.
Yeah, they just all seem kind of look off a little bit. So, but I just thought that was crazy that brother said that. I was like, I was just watching that 5 minutes ago, right before I saw your live. That's how your live popped up, and I was like, oh, I can catch him alive and tell him that I talked to him. So.
Okay, no sweat, sis.
But
I appreciate it.
it.
All right, sis. You take care.
All right.
All right.
Be blessed. Bye.
All right, next caller in the queue. Next caller in the queue is Tevin. It says Tevin E on my phone. Tevin E. It says Tevin E on my phone. That's all it says.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on, brother? You got a question or comment?
Yeah, just a suggestion. I mean, you got to take it if you don't want to, about like the chat and stuff like that.
About the who?
About the chat.
The chat. Okay, what about the chat?
Yeah, yeah, it's like when you got as some dude earlier, Nana or whatever, he was commenting a lot in the chat. He got like a lot of attention, right? So like I guess when yesterday they blocked the white woman for talking a lot.
I don't know if she was white.
I was kind of thinking it might be a man also. Like
right. I don't know what they be. Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but so like you get like more than 5 people, or you'll get found out because they talk a lot of smack. They get your attention, and we want them to call in. Like everybody said, call in. Like talk to Cat directly because you're doing a lot of like junk talk.
Right.
Yeah, so I was just giving a suggestion, like make them call in. How they getting found out?
Yeah, I can't make nobody call in. I can only suggest they call in. That's why I always say that. So I can suggest them to call in, but I can't make them.
This was just a suggestion because I don't know, it's like we giving a 10, like you want a 12 for like the calls and stuff like that.
Right.
Like nowadays, like the chat be like, man, you talk a lot of smack, it'd be a good phone call. So
definitely, I agree.
That was just a suggestion. But all right, okay.
All right, I appreciate it. All right, next caller. Hey, I'm probably chat. I was thinking about uploading the battle that I had with Chris Harris or the battle that I had with Shaka. Y'all let me know. Shout out to Mike Love. He said this is not a chat with the shotgunners. So y'all let me know. I was thinking about uploading the battle that I had with Chris Harris, the one with Shaka, or I try to upload videos that are like a year or so older, just to see. Cap is in a neighbor just as bad as a deal. I don't know what that means to Roland Israel. Roland, why don't you call in and tell me how I'm an enabler? Next caller is 501-902.
Hey, what's up, Cap?
What's up?
This keep on again. You really just spoke on it right before I picked up, but bro, I'm still cracking up.
Brother, I can't hear you with your background noise.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you sound a little better now.
Yeah, my bad. I'm driving this big rig. But look, I'm still cracking up laughing off Shaka, almost in Titanic face, bro. When you put that, bro, that shit was so damn funny, man. Of course you gonna know where the hell you got the information from. It's funny though because that they were saying for a long time they confused us thinking we were African. You know what I'm saying, from the slavery days.
For a long time.
So
for a long time they did.
Well, that's all I know. Okay, yeah, and I was thinking at first, into that. But this was years ago. But now fast forward, ain't no way, bro. I'm not messing with homosexual activity, bro.
I'm glad I could free your mind, brother.
Hey, thanks, man. I just wanted to crack up with that right there.
All right, no sweat, brother. I appreciate it.
All right, peace.
Right. All right, next person in the queue is, got rid of them too, 984-312.
Shalom, Cap.
What's going on, brother? You got a question or comment?
Not good, man. Yeah, I got a question, man. I'm just for the chat and everything, just for the live. I wanted to know, like, why is it that everywhere in the United States, no matter where you go, every MLK street, drive, parkway is the worst place to ever, like, it's the most violent places, the worst place to go to. Because
I'm gonna see if it comes back now. Because I just closed it, opened it back up. So just give me a few seconds. I don't know why I waited till now. I've been in the same parking spot this whole time. I'm gonna see if it comes back. I'm gonna see if it comes back now. Yep, because it's back now. All right, go ahead, brother. Now, what was you saying?
So I don't know if this is an appropriate question to ask on the line, but what is not really too invested into that the Diddy case or whatever. The difference between human trafficking and sex trafficking, is there a difference at all, or any at all?
Apparently, the difference is, of course, being chained up. That's human trafficking, being chained up, put in a box, transported that way. Sex trafficking is the same. But what they're saying with Diddy and what they're trying to redefine as sex trafficking is that if you fly somebody out for the purpose of sex, that's trafficking. So let's say you meet a woman online. Y'all gonna link up for sex. They're saying that could be considered sex trafficking. That's what they're trying. So it's almost like a minuscule or technicality, because you're agreeing to have sex by flying out. So they saying that's
they kind of make it like a different clause or something like that, so you can wiggle out of it. I don't really know. I was just in a different live before this, and I saw you on live, so I was like, yeah, I gotta tap in to Cat Live. So that was the last question they were trying to figure out, because I don't know why they're trying to make that.
Like they call pimps. Like pimps are considered sex traffickers, because of course a pimp has a woman. So, and I wouldn't argue with the pimping aspect, but if two consenting adults agree to have sex and that person, either one, has to travel out, I wouldn't call that sex trafficking, because those are consenting adults that are agreeing to it. Pimping I would call sex trafficking though, because pimping is illegal. Pimping, pimps prey on abused women, manipulate women, XYZ like that. But if a brother meets a woman and they agree to get married and hook up and stuff like that, that would be different. And Big Bro said he looked up the charges and they are different. So I do think they classify as different. That's why one is trafficking, one is, because trafficking could encompass slavery. Trafficking could encompass many different things. Sex is specific.
So what exactly are they trying to charge him with? Is that like a racketeering within like the sex trafficking?
I think, let me see, Diddy charges. Let's see what it says. I'm about to Google it right now. What exactly are the charges against Sean Diddy Combs? Let's see. I'm just waiting for it to load up. Let's see if it loads up. I'm downloading something on my phone, not my iPhone, but my other phone. Maybe I gotta look somewhere else. Hold on, let me see. It says sex trafficking case against Diddy Combs. Let me see, NPR. Let me see what this site says. I have to look it up, brother. When I find it out, I'll say it on the live stream, just so I can get these other calls. Okay. Just so I can get these other.
All right, I appreciate that.
No problem. But I will read off what the charges are.
All right, copy that, man.
No problem. Wait a minute, I got it before you go. It says federal prosecutors in the Southern District of New York have charged Combs with racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. In the current indictment, which was issued in April, the government alleges that over the course of some 20 years, between 04 and 24, Combs sexually trafficked 3 women, controlled them via physical and emotional abuse, paid them and others to keep quiet, and supplied alleged victims with a host of drugs to keep compliant. That's the charge. All right?
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, no sweat out. Next caller, no sweat, shalom out. Next caller is 314-363.
Hi, it's me again.
What's up, sis?
And that's why I need to quit smoking, because now I remember the question I was going to ask you. Or the comment I was going to make.
That's that weed.
I know. And then I said, well, number one, the good thing is I just got accepted into this nursing school, so I'm finna do this master's program. So I have to quit because even though weed is legal now in Missouri, I can technically pass a drug test with marijuana in my system. But since I'm getting a federal grant, I can't test for marijuana because it's not federally. It's legally with the state, but not federal. So I have to quit anyway. Because I'm not letting no weed stop me from this program or what I got, the steps I'm trying to make.
Gotcha.
But so I know it's gonna be a process, but I'm ready for it. So.
All right.
But I wanted to talk to you about that I watched that conversation with Julian Dory.
Right.
I think you need to talk to him and have a debate or a conversation with the guy Alex O'Connor. I've been putting it in the chat. You need to talk to Alex. Alex is like the level of Joe Rogan.
Okay.
And he's an atheist, but he's like, he doesn't believe in God, but he's like been trying to look for somebody to kind of convince him that God is real. And I really think that you are the person that can do that.
Send me his
I think
information.
you're probably one of the only.
Send me his information. Like, send me his
I'll put
IG or
his
YouTube channel. No, text it to me is what I'm saying.
will,
Just text
but
it
I'm
to me.
telling you, yeah, I will. I will tell you, him and Julian talk all the time. So I think that I'll send you the like his IG and YouTube and stuff. But I'm telling you, if you have Julian's information, they talk all the time. I know he can get you connected with him right away.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. So, but I think it's like I said, anybody he talks to, like he has videos with like 9 million views. Anybody he talks to, everybody's always interested in what he has to say because he's really intelligent and he kind of. Like, he's just been trying to look for somebody that believes in the faith to convince him.
Well, yeah, I'll contact Julian and just send me his information so I can know who he is.
Okay, you want?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I know, sir. All right, last person in the queue is Roland. What's going on, Roland?
Shalom, Cap.
All right, Shalom, what's
I
going
was
on?
asking you about the enablers because I'm not saying that you was enabling somebody, but I need your help with something. Because what's going on is I got a family member who like they do crack or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But my other family, like every time she smoked through her money and everything, everybody just give her money and buy her food and stuff. So I'm like, y'all just as bad as the drug dealers in my eyes. So my standpoint is we should force her to go to rehab. So I want to see what you think about it.
You should, but now what does the family members do? They not doing the hard drugs, but are they doing drugs?
No.
They're not doing no drugs. So why are they helping her? You saying they don't do no
Well,
drugs at all?
money,
They don't smoke. So the family don't smoke no weed, do no pills, no nothing.
Nah.
And so why are they helping her?
Well, like from my mom's standpoint, she's like that's her mom. So
This is your mom's mom that's on the drugs like that?
yeah.
Yeah. The problem.
So my grandma.
Oh yeah, the problem that they're gonna have, you would probably have to. I'm saying this in jest, but you would probably have to kidnap your grandma and do it. That's the only way. Because the thing about sins is that they're joined in sin. So they look at it like, I would rather help her so that she don't go out in the world and then do it some nasty way. That's how they looking at it.
Mm.
And you got to convince them the destructive force that how old is your grandma?
She, I believe, is 73, 74.
So 73, and they still letting her get high. Yeah, here's what you should say to your mom. You want your mother to die so you can stop taking care of her. That's what I would say to you.
See, that's the crazy thing. She was in the hospital for like a month or so, due to, she been doing it for years. So she was in the hospital. Of course, she got clean. And then she moved in with my mom for maybe a month or two. And she was cleaned in. But when she go back to her environment, of course, she go right back to the drugs.
So why do y'all just keep her home?
Why this is bad?
Yeah, why y'all don't keep her out of that environment?
Well, she got she won't stay no more.
Yeah, but y'all can force it. I mean, that's your mom. Like, that's why I said you got to tell your mom y'all want her to die. You don't want your mother to live. She's gonna say, no, I want her to live. She just doing that. Then prove it. If you want her to live, then force her to live. That's all. It ain't that hard. But it's just gonna require an effort that y'all may not be willing to give, because when you got, it's twofold. There's an addiction. If I'm assuming your grandmother been using this her whole life.
Yeah. So,
so,
crack been in my family for a while. It's been she used it in both my parents. So,
and you're gonna have some people. You're gonna have some people that no matter what you do, that's what they're going to do. Some people are fit for Satan. Some people love Satan, that demon. She's 73 years old, and that demon could be so strong on her, she'll never finish. She'll never get off of it. You just said she was in the hospital, so she got cleaned up. As soon as she got out. Now, while she was at your mother's house, she didn't do the drugs, or did she do the drugs at your mother's house too?
No, because my mom lived in a better area, so it's not, she didn't have access to it.
And so I'm assuming, was it like a runaway situation? She went back to the neighborhood, or she just went back to the neighborhood? What's that situation?
So her house in the neighborhood is where she lives, and she just wanted to go home. And
but what I'm saying is she wanting to go home because she want to get high. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I'm thinking. I don't want to bear false witness, but
no, you more than likely not bearing false witness, because when you have an addiction like that, my father, for example, my father got cleaned up. He was clean for like years, man, and that's the crazy thing with addiction. My father was a dope fiend, and my father got clean, I think, from like 98 to like 03, 04. Maybe 05, something like that. And then I remember he lost his job, and when he loses his job, he was struggling a little bit, and I was still going to see him. I remember this one time I seen him, this nigga going crazy trying to break down to me how you can drink Ensure and have protein and be full all day and ain't got to eat. And when I'm looking at him, I said, this man is high again. And so I don't know if it was the escape of life for getting high, not being able to handle the pressures of life, to get high along with the addiction. And he got right back. I couldn't even be around my father after that, to be honest with you. Like I turned him loose, to be honest. I saw him a couple more times after that. Then he ended up getting cancer and passing away. So some people, that addiction is so strong. 70-some years old, that's got like 30, 40 years of being addicted to a drug, to where, who knows, it'll probably be like death for her. But that's what y'all gonna have to do. You damn near gotta lock her in somewhere. But the sad part about it is, y'all can't give her 24-hour care. And a junkie is going to get high. So you can't, the only thing you can do with the enablers, like you said, is that you could try to stop them from enabling. But I guarantee if you have that conversation with your mother, what she's gonna tell you, like, do you enable her? Do you pay for her to get high?
Nah, I stopped sending the money, and then I try to talk to her about the Bible and stuff, but she got the Christian standpoint. And
that's crazy. A crackhead still got a crackhead having a Christian standpoint is crazy work.
Yeah,
but
she'll tell me that, she got a personal relationship with God. I can't tell her nothing. And
so you gotta go to your parents. So what you gotta do is go to your family and say y'all want her to die. And then they're gonna say, well, if we don't give it to her, she gonna get it another way. Then you gotta say she ain't gonna be able to get it at all. She's 73 years old. Y'all gonna have to do something.
But see, that's the crazy part, because my grandpa was in the military, so she still get that check every month. So I mean, she gonna always be able to buy it herself. But what that happened now is she just smoked it all up and she can't buy herself no food. And so I'm like, let her feel it for a little bit. You know?
Yeah, that's exactly what you got to do. That's the only thing you can do. But I'm just telling you, her being on that drug so long, I don't know if there's going to be anything except prayer, fasting, and the family coming together. So you can't even talk to the grandmother. You got to do your best to talk to your mama and them about that.
Okay.
All right. Lord be with you.
Yeah,
with
that's
it too,
all I
Because
had.
that's a rough one. Lord be with you out.
I appreciate it.
Hey, no sweat out. All right, shalom. I'm gonna try to look at some of these comments. I seen y'all said, let kept answer, do you keep? I don't see that. She run the whole store and then go home and get high. Clean as crackhead. I seen that's crazy. How do you honor your parents? How do you honor your parents if you can't handle the things they say? I don't know what you mean by that question, Body Bag. When you say if you can't handle the things they say. Trying to see if there's any other questions. If not, I think I can go now. All right, y'all. I think the rain unsettled. Let me see. Man, the rain unsettled. Still put my hat on. I got some new gloves I'm about to try out today. Instead of using the straps, I'm going to actually wear gloves to the gym. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Maybe I'll do a live tonight. I'm not sure, but maybe I will. I downloaded. Okay, so I downloaded some videos I'm probably going to upload. Okay. So until next time, shalom.